Talk a little bit about what Max did well. What did Max do well in the game on Saturday?
Well, he's overall he's making good decisions for us. Overall in the pass game, the run game, protections. He's in other words running the offense. He's done a nice job in 2 games of doing that. He's still a work in progress, still learning things. Because it was being new too, but he's done well that way.
What kind of things does he need to improve on?
I think just to continue to grow in the process of being a quarterback in this system. It's a little bit different from what he's accustomed to. So becoming familiar with how we make decisions, and really I think probably more than anything for him is that confidence in pulling the trigger and making those decisions based off of what he sees, because he's done a really nice job, like I said, overall. And it's just, I would like to see him, the bleep in the radar screens, get rid of those, because they'll come up every once in a while. It's kind of like, he just needs to fix those things, be more, consistent.
Obviously, the offense looked a little different with Ben in there because
Right.
of his scrambling. What can you guys do to sort of make up for Max's lack of mobility, I guess, back there?
Well, Ben, with Ben in the game?
No, like when Max is in, when he's not that type of player.
It's it's exactly, what we do is similar to what we did last year, actually. Because if you don't have a guy that you're going to run, he's more of a passer. You have to, at times you have to run him. You have to choose to do those things, and then also at the same time how we scheme our stuff. Where instead of having a quarterback be a carrier on a power play, we're doing other things with it. We're distributing the ball to other players. So that's how we've done it. And a lot of guys, that's kind of part of football today. A lot of guys try to protect that guy because you spend so much time developing them.
Shawn, Pat mentioned on Monday that about a game of inches and that you're close. How close do you feel you guys are offensively to getting where you want to be?
We're close. I mean, I think the thing that we need to see is consistency, because at times, we're dominant up front and we're on task, on cue, and really operating at a high level and staying on the field and doing what we want, how we want our offense to present itself. We were more explosive last week, but yet we need to be more. We need to finish big plays down the field. When we have opportunities, we just need to finish. We had some that we're in a position, just got to finish it, got to make a competitive catch. Maybe it's making one guy a competitive block downfield to spring the big play. So those little things, the consistency, and we're raising so many younger players right now. Guys, I want to say younger players, guys without experience. Our whole tight end room is brand new, and that's kind of an example, and it permeates throughout all the positions. The rooms are similar to that. So it's just getting everybody assured of trusting themselves. I think the big thing in coaching, as I found it, has been when the player learns to trust himself, big things happen, and it's just consistently. I think the evidence is on film where they see it, and we have to keep pushing to get the final execution.
It was another week where you guys had some issues in the red zone. What do you think you guys have to do to punch it in and execute down there?
Well, run the ball first off. I mean, we want to run the ball down there, and then at the same time be able to execute a play action game, which means protecting Max. So we've got to do a good job, a better job in that area.
About how close or far away, Shawn, do you feel like this group and this offense is now, to executing your schemes and everything that you want to the level that you want? How close or far away do you think they are in that
Well,
process?
we're, when it's perfect, it's not quite there yet, obviously. So we're, I think as a coach, the way I look at it, what are we doing well? Okay, how close are we to finishing those big plays? And what is it that's happening why we're not? And honestly, I tell you what, it's like the analogy Pat used. It is a game of inches. I mean, it's honestly the big throw, the big throw to Jester. He did an unbelievable job on the route. Max made a beautiful throw. It's a great read. It's just finishing that play. I mean, that's the game of inches. We had some breakout runs that are, runs at 15 that if we just finish, a downfield effort, just trust the angle or finish a downfield block. Now that's another, whatever, 10, 15, so that's big explosives. So that's what we, just have to, I think, as we see it, we're hitting the targets at the line of scrimmage, and now it's time. You know, we just have to finish our work. You have to keep working, and younger players have to learn to do that. Guys out there the first time learn how to finish play.
You talked about having the play with Weah, and I think through 2 games you only have 4 pass completions over 20 yards. If you're able to get that part of the game going, how much does that help everything else you're trying to do?
A ton. It helps out big, you know, because, you know, those shot plays, you know, loosen up, you know, what we're doing with the run game. We've been pretty consistent at running the football. You know, and it's those obviously help that run game, take a hats out of the game, keeps people involved in covering, you know, the big down the field play.
Getting Quadri Henderson involved, is that one of your challenges right now? Even if it's not jet sweeps, but in the passing game?
Yeah, we always have tried to, you know, that's been my biggest challenge to him since I've been here, is him becoming a pass receiver. You know, becoming a, you know, legitimate passing threat, and he's working on it. He's bought into it. He's, you know, he knows he's got work to do, and we just have to keep coaching.
Everybody's eyes are on him, especially in the jet sweep. So as a coordinator, is it kind of challenging to, because you're probably going to have to have a counter punch, because everybody,
Right.
I mean, Penn State, you saw that they were, you know, obviously
Right.
kind of keen on him.
Yeah, and you know, when we're running that, sometimes he's just chum. You know, there's a lot of times, you know, I'm going to get into our schemes, you know, but a lot of times he's just chum. And that's what he is. And people are chasing him, and that's where we're getting a lot of those runs. Saturday were, you know, sizable games where he's chum.
Shawn, what's your philosophy on like using Danucci for a series? Is that something you like, or
We talk about it every week. You know how, when, and where. You know, obviously, you know, Ben comes in the game. He can bring his feet into the game. That's what he did this past week. You know, he's got the ability to, you know, make people account for him as a runner. So we talk about it every week, and it really depends on who we're playing, and you know. But you know, Pat and I talk about it every single week. It's part of our discussion. I always, you know, share that with the quarterbacks so they know what we're thinking.
Well, it looks like that Oklahoma State's front is pretty big and mobile. I guess you guys are looking forward to the physical challenge.
Yeah.
And how have they stood up to the physical challenge so far this year?
They've done a nice job. You know, Penn State was a really good front, and our guys did a nice job against them. They'll be like them in terms of, you know, the length, the defensive end, the athleticism. You know, the same kind of hard spot, sturdy players inside. So it's a good matchup for our guys up front one more time. You know, they've done a nice job of meeting that challenge. I think that's one of our, even though we have some guys playing full time for the first time and some guys joining the room for the first time, that's a really been a solid group for us.
Shawn, you mentioned the inexperienced tight end room, and you know, being able to finish plays. One play that was sort of a combination of those two concepts was Chris's drop. He talked about it yesterday. Just what are you guys doing to try to, you know, keep him, I guess, because he says he gets down on himself really hard.
Just, you know, getting him to learn to manage himself. He's got to flush it and get on to the next play, because if he keeps carrying it, it's going to happen again. And those are just the facts of, you know, athletic competition. So, you know, it's just helping him mature and understand, hey, you know, okay, here's what happened. Okay, it's just a simple thing. Just look it in, don't jump, look it in, and see the ball caught, and let's get to the next play. Yeah, because he's a great matchup for us, and I think he's got a real bright future. And you know, it's just getting a younger player really playing for the first time, and you know, he's just got to grow through those opportunities like that and understand how to get better from it.
The idea is to put him back on the horse as
Oh yeah,
soon
put
as
him
possible,
right back
right?
on right away. We don't even blink. Just put him back on there and let's roll.